All right, folks, can you hear me out there now? You should be able to hear me now. Mic check, 1, 2. Let me know if you're hearing me now, guys. You should be able to hear me now. All right. I'm not sure what happened there. I reset all my settings. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for the loud and clear. I appreciate the check. All right, so I'm going to back the truck up here. Since you guys didn't hear me for the first 10 minutes that I was on here. That's pretty annoying. All right, so futures right now is pretty flat. We're in a little bit of an ascending triangle structure. 15-minute time frame. The stochastics RSI is trying to break out here. Keep in mind the larger markets are closed today. Futures is, however, open, but it is not moving a whole lot. It's just sort of creeping along here. And yeah, this is where we're hanging out right now. So we're in this little pattern here, and really not a whole lot to see until we break out of this on the futures. There is this resistance spider line here, so I would like to get back above that. My left ear is sore and dry. Perhaps don't let people put things in it. XCH Guide, welcome to the chat. So the 1 hour picture for Bitcoin. We are also in an ascending triangle structure. You could maybe even call it a little bit of a symmetrical. Either way, this looks like a continuation pattern to me. Once you zoom out, there's a little bit of a different way to look at this, but in terms of what we're looking at here on the 1 hour, this looks like bullish consolidation. It looks like an area where we could take a measured move here and potentially see more of a move upwards. So with what I'm seeing here, we did have this wick down yesterday to around the 23.8 area, down to the bottom of what created this sort of an ascending or possibly symmetrical triangle structure. And right now, it looks like fairly bullish consolidation as we are above the 99 EMA, and price is trying to maintain some bullish action above both the 25 and the 7 EMA as well. That consolidation is taking place just below the 200 weekly moving average. That 200 weekly moving average we've been battling now since we basically made this move up here. We tried to break out of it, push back down, tried again, push back down to the bottom of this pattern, and now we've been consolidating, and it looks to me like we're going to try to take a legitimate shot at breaking out of this. So I'm going to bump over to the futures here, and we'll get a little better idea of where this might actually take us. And the measured move on this pattern could take us up to 29,735. So what we're really seeing here right now, excuse me, it's a little bit of a cup and a handle, but more than anything, we're seeing what looks like bullish consolidation between the 200 daily moving average and the 200 weekly SMA. It's not letting me click on it here. Too much stuff in the way. There we go. So that 200 week on futures, that's sitting right around 25.95 right now. So really we just want to close the day above the previous high, and that should give us bullish confirmation of a breakout of this pattern. Right now it is just consolidation, so there's nothing saying that we can't come back down and test the 99 EMA, which is in confluence with the point of control on this 4 hour, which is around 23,000. And that's right around the breakout level of this sort of rounding structure that found us consolidating just below the 200 daily moving average. So what we're seeing here, I think not unlike what we saw here, where we saw this consolidation just below that moving average, and now we're seeing more consolidation just below this moving average. So I think the thing to keep in mind is that when you see consolidation just below resistance in an uptrend, especially when it's creating any sort of a bullish pattern, typically that's going to be continuation or have bullish bias. So I do have bullish bias right now. Keep in mind we could break down. In the meantime, just locally, we could see a retracement between about 22.7 and this point of control around 22.9. That's totally possible. Be prepared for that. I think if we were to see a retrace, you know, that area, or maybe even say around 23.3, 23.2, that's totally possible. For this morning, I did say in the Discord that my best offer was 23.8, and we have stuck to that so far. We don't have the volume to push down right now, and my belief is we'll see the consolidation and the push to the upside, but that doesn't necessarily have to play out in that manner. So we can swing out and try to get a better idea of the momentum here. And the 12-hour time frame is not really telling us a whole lot. There is a little bit of what could be considered bearish divergence here on the RSI. You do have this close here that was higher than this close here, but this RSI in this oversold territory is higher than this area here where it actually failed to get back into, or excuse me, that overbought territory. So we do also have this trend line that's kind of forming right here. So maybe let's keep an eye on that, and we'll see where this consolidation takes us on Bitcoin. I don't think we're in a bad spot right now. We just have to see this consolidation hold, you know, and when I look at this picture on the 12-hour, if we were to come all the way back down here to the bottom of this pattern, that would take us a while, I think. But I'm not really seeing that when I start to zoom out. So let's start to zoom out a little bit on Bitcoin, because I do want to try and paint a larger picture of what I'm seeing here and why I'm really not looking for too much downside in the short to medium term here. Let me find a cleaner chart here. Hopefully that's not going to do it. That should be decent enough. I want to zoom out to the monthly. I just want to demonstrate where I'm seeing the support here. Okay. Oh wow, they just listed Bitcoin against Tether on Bitstamp in June of 21. Just not a lot of monthly candle history there. That's not going to help me out. Let me pull another chart here. Here we go. This will work. So this is the 1 month view on Bittrex, and you can see here that the oscillators are trying to build strength. RSI is just below the 50 level. Stochastics RSI, the blue part is broken into the neutral territory, trying to pull the red part and carry that momentum. So really what I'm seeing is we've got this green candle building on the monthly, and it does have support at this 7 EMA. So this 7 EMA tends to flip us bullish. We do have this 200 weekly moving average. So we're just trying to flip these moving averages right now. More than likely, we do print another green candle similar to this one, which is going to take us up to this middle Bollinger Band. Right now, this doesn't give me a 99 EMA. This really just isn't the price history that I'd like to see. but it's enough because we are showing the support at the EMA 7, which shows that we're bullish on this monthly time frame. So to me, we've got 8 days left here in February. More than likely, we're going to print a bullish candle. We have 8 days to continue to try and break out of this 200 weekly moving average, which, as I said, is just above 25K. And as long as we're above this 7 EMA, which is around that 22.7, 22.8 area that I said we could consolidate back to, I think we'll be just fine. So even if we print, like, say, an indecisive red doji for the month of February at the close, I think we still have a good chance to bounce back up. But honestly, I don't see that happening. I think we've built enough bullish momentum up to this point that we should see continuation. So as I zoom out on the weekly here, we're well above the point of control. But if I zoom in a little bit on the weekly, this actually gives us this point of control here where we could gravitate towards this around 47.8. So that's kind of fun to play with, but we'll zoom out for a little bit right now, and we'll assume that we're well above this point of control, which on the weekly chart is way down here at like $6,000. And as you continue to zoom out, it could go down to 4,000, just based on the volume. However, with the momentum that we have, both with the RSI, stochastics RSI, and the overbought territory showing strength, and this consolidation between the moving averages, I do see that we're more than likely going to gravitate to this 99 EMA, which if I move back out to the weekly, it does show up for us. So this 99 EMA, I think, is ultimately important because what we've seen here right now is a cross of the 7 EMA on the 25 EMA, and I did highlight this before, and it's the reason why we got the bounce here from this red candle to this green candle. So we are maintaining bullishness on the weekly here as well with this new candle that we printed and with the price action above the 7 EMA. So I'm going to move back, and you can see the last time that we flirted with the 7 EMA cross over the 25 essentially was when we came down off the high from 20 down to 3,000, and we did cross that 25. And once that 25 crossed that 99, that was when we really took off and made a much larger move. So I think what we need to watch for is this 25 cross on the 99. That's probably going to happen somewhere around here after we break out of this 200 weekly. Provided that we do, there is a possibility of a rejection at this point in consolidation where we come back down here and potentially test this middle Bollinger Band for support, which would be in confluence with this area here. So let's not rule out 19,000. It is possible. Everything is possible. So that would be maybe a retest of the 200 daily as well. But right now, I do like how we're consolidating in this pattern. It does remind me of how we consolidated here. Okay? So I think this all looks good when you zoom out. What I really like is the support on the monthly, and maybe even the 2-week. If we swing out there, yeah, it's showing us that we have this support here with a bullish engulfing candle, and this candle is above the 7 EMA. Okay, so this price action is trying to flip this 99 EMA on the 2-week. All this is bullish. It just flipped the middle Bollinger Band. Okay, so it came back down, tested it, and now bounced off of it with this bullish engulfing candle. Got the RSI building strength here, trying to break out of this 50 level. This all looks bullish to me. Okay, so Bitcoin is still building momentum on these larger time frames, and when we zoom in, it's really all minutia at this point. If we come back down on the 4-hour, maybe you can get a scalp short. That's totally possible, but I think it's more likely that we continue to consolidate in this pattern here. Okay, so I would watch this flag. If we do break down of it, watch the 99 EMA for support. That is well below this bottom Bollinger Band. And then if that breaks, you're looking at this point of control here, which is at 21.8. I feel it's unlikely to go back there. I do like the bullish consolidation that we're in right now. So why don't I use the stochastics RSI with divergences? So that's a good question. There's a lot of indicators out there that you could play with. I've used it on and off. I really like the clean one more because it allows me to sort of plot my divergences out with the RSI. He doesn't use that one all the time, I don't think. Let's take a look here. Okay, so stochastics RSI with divergences. Alright, so that did show us that there was a divergence there. That did play out, I guess, into this area here. And it's not showing us that there's a divergence one way or another right now, so it's kind of neutral at the moment. I'll keep that one in mind. That's interesting to take a look at. It did call this perfectly. This was kind of trash right here, this move. It didn't call the down move either. So it's not perfect. Okay. But definitely something to keep an eye on. For sure. There's no reason why you can't use that. But I'm going to go back to something that I said in the Discord. Try not to make it too complicated for yourself, especially at first. And I do have a lot of lines on the screen right now, so it's kind of something to, work your way into using all this stuff and making sure that you know how to integrate it properly. Let's jump over to Ethereum real quick. This looks bullish to me on the 4-hour. That actually looks nice. Are we getting a breakout? What's going on with Ethereum? Zoom in a little bit. Ethereum's actually trying to move up, getting green candles. Is Ethereum trying to front run BTC? Yeah, maybe. Sometimes you'll see Ethereum front run. It all depends on what's going on. So sometimes you do have to watch ETH. Sometimes you'll see other coins front run too. Like I think Gala front run the whole move, like from 21 to wherever it was. That thing started moving before Bitcoin did, before it really made the big move here that we've sort of been consolidating in. So Ethereum doesn't look all bad here. It looks like it's consolidating in a similar pattern to Bitcoin, which it does quite often, but depends on how you draw this, I guess. Could say maybe we're trying to break out now. Could say that we're just tapping at it again. But this looks bullish because this looks like symmetrical. It looks like continuation. So if we were to take a measured move on that, and really this looks like a cup and handle too, right? It's a cup and then a symmetrical handle. You easily hold on to that and take a drink, right? And that actually looks like it would make a pretty decent move here. Just above $2,000 to about $20.55. Swing out a little bit here. There we go, because I knew there was another gap up here. Alright, so that would definitely get us on our way up here to this gap, which I'm still looking for continuation on between 25.50 and 26.72. So locally, if we were to make a move there on this breakout once again, around 2055. So if we zoom out a little bit here, yeah, and what that shows me here is that we're, well above this point of control and consolidation. As long as we hold this, we're golden. That's 1583. Anything below that, you're gravitating to this next volume node, which is support around like 1340 and 1216. So we don't want to break down of this downtrend line. This all just looks like bullish consolidation once again, because we're consolidating in a symmetrical triangle above this downtrend line, and that's that long-term downtrend line from the highs that we made. So this looks like bullish consolidation. It looks like continuation. It would take a catalyst or something pretty nasty, I think, to push this down on Ethereum. So we did, break up again of this 200 daily, similar to the way we did Bitcoin. And do I have a 200 weekly here on ETH? Let's see if I can pull a 200 weekly. Too many lines, too many lines. It's like Gary Busey in the 80s on these charts, man. Let's see here. Is that it? No, that's still the 200 day. Why is my 200 week not showing up? Alright, we won't beat that up too much. Bitcoin's trying to come back down here again. But for whatever reason, ETH is gaining strength. So are we going to see some movement in altcoins? Let's move over to ETH BTC real quick. Just want to see if that's showing us something, and it is. On this 1 hourly time frame, we're getting this breakout here. That's pretty nice. That's showing some nice strength here. So that's going to pick up momentum above this 0.068974 level, to be completely exact, or maybe even if we swing out, this is actually showing that we've actually broken out of that point of control and bounced perfectly off of it with this last 1 hour candle. So that's snazzy. Swing out to this 3 hour. And I like what I'm seeing here, because we've got this 200 daily all the way up here at around 0.73. So good chance for Ethereum to gravitate towards that. And to highlight the probability of that, we do have a pretty nice hidden bullish divergence here on the RSI. So let's look for the consolidation in this pattern. And this is kind of a funky pattern that it's printing here too. And that's almost a little bit of a descending triangle, which technically is usually a bearish pattern. But we have actually seen consolidation and breakout of those so far in this run on the macro for Bitcoin. So maybe something brewing here for Ethereum. Let's keep an eye on that. But Bitcoin looks like it's struggling a little bit. This 12 hour looks like it wants to dump. May dump some other assets, but maybe not, you know. Maybe some of these altcoins are going to continue to crank. I've got Matic here in this sort of falling broadening wedge. If it does break out of this thing, there is a pretty sizable measured move up to about $2.07. Could make some moves for Matic. Gonna swing over to XRP. I think XRP was making a little bit of a move the last time I saw. You can see consolidation in this flag here. So we've got falling stochastics RSI right now in this sort of a symmetrical type of a triangle. So if that breaks down, probably retest this middle Bollinger Band or the 99 EMA somewhere between about 39.2 and 39.5. It looks like consolidation right now on the 1 hour for XRP. Let's swing out to the 4 hour real quick, see if there's any momentum building. Guess we had kind of a cup and a handle brewing there. That was that sort of a scallop pattern that I was looking for. Technically that hasn't really broken down. If anything, it broke out. Okay. And we're just seeing consolidation right now. XRP, when I swing out on the 12 hour, this actually has some strength. We're still trying to build on this larger cup and handle idea. I think this is more likely to play out. Daily's still building strength here. This looks good for XRP. Let's see where we close the day at. I don't like the way this candle is sitting right now because it's basically even wicks the upside and downside. Sometimes that means you can see a little bit more downside action or consolidation off of that. I'd like to see them, and when I say them, I mean the bulls, build on this a little bit. Maybe get back above 40 cents by the end of the day. See if that's possible for XRP. Just keep an eye on this flag. If the stochastics come back down and reset and we're still in the flag, probably golden. Otherwise might retest the point of control here locally at just below 39 cents, 0.3876. So that's XRP, kind of cooking right now through some of these ideas. I do have to jump in about 15 minutes. Want to check out Dogecoin real quick because it's kind of been dormant, and sometimes you just get that feeling. So Doge is building on a green candle just above this point of control on the 2-day. Let's see what happens if I zoom out a little bit here. Still sort of building on this kind of a cup, and then we're sort of in a symmetrical. So this all looks like consolidation in here. And this RSI is trying to show us that it's holding momentum and strength just above that 50 level. Let's see what happens on the 3-day chart here. Just zoom out just a little bit. And we built 3 green candles in a row just above that middle Bollinger Band. And trying to flip back above that 7 EMA, which is actually sitting above the 25. The 99 is just above the consolidation. And the 200 daily just below. So this doesn't really look all bad. It just looks like consolidation. Kind of similar to XRP, to be honest. So a lot of consolidation. I did have a request to look over Filecoin. Filecoin recently came out with an announcement that they will be building their own virtual machines on chain. So essentially they will become a layer 1. Alright, so this is what I wanted to see here. When I swing out to the weekly on this thing, we've got this 99 EMA way up here. And if you'll notice, I'm going to swing back to that 3-day view real quick. Price just gravitated up to this 99 EMA on the 3-day. So I think the next logical bullish move is to try and find this 99 EMA on the 1-week chart. However, that may take some time. We may have to see stochastics reset first. There's no guarantees on which direction this thing is going to head right now, but it does have a lot of potential headroom. So I do want to get an idea, and this 4-hour actually looks like it's trying to bounce right now after some consolidation here and a little bit of a flag. So you kind of got this brewing here, which is maybe a little bit of a falling wedge, and it looks to be bouncing off the middle Bollinger Band. RSI is kind of showing us some odd action here, well above the 50 on the 4-hour, and the stochastics RSI very low, almost pinned, making you think we're going to get a bullish move here for Filecoin. Let's move in on the 1-hour. This looks likely to break out, folks. Let's take a quick measured move. I almost just want to take a monster position on this thing because honestly, this is something that could like easily 40, 50, 100x. Especially if you bought it from the bottom, which unfortunately I didn't catch this nice double bottom on this thing. It was down just below $5 on and that's just like the local area there. Yeah, that swing wick went way lower, just below $2.50. So you could have almost 4x by now if you'd have bought the bottom on Filecoin, well above the 200 daily. This all looks good provided that there is like a 4-hour closure above this little pennant here, but that looks pretty darn good for Filecoin. That's making me want to place a buy order there. Might make a swing up to $17. So let's take a quick measurement here. Set the stop loss just below that swing wick at the bottom of the pattern. Could even swing it down a little bit further, say to about 4.25%, and it's still a huge risk reward of 24 to 1 with a just over 100% move on this potential flag for Filecoin. So this is something to take a look at right now. Keep in mind this could come back down. Nothing saying that it couldn't. It is consolidating here on the 8-hour. Swing out just a little bit more. 22 still showing that the oscillators are in a position of strength. Same with the daily. Nothing saying that we can't print more green candles here. It may just take a little bit more consolidation, but this 1 hour definitely looks like it wants to move up. And you know, even if it's just a conservative scalp, you take some profits around $10.86. and that would still represent a 30% gain with a over 8-to-1 risk reward ratio. All right, we're going to do Chia real quick. Give me just a second, folks. All right. And I do just want to mention real quick, if you haven't, please smash the like button for me. Jump out of the live chat. If you're on your phone, hit the like button for me. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and make sure that you're hitting the bell for notifications. Also, keep in mind, what we're doing here is strictly for entertainment. Please do not take any of what I'm doing here as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any trades, coins, or investments. And with that being said, I'm going to jump over to XCH Chia. Oh, it's probably not going to work. Sorry, folks, my brain's on fried here. I've been up for a little too long. All right. So Chia is consolidating. It's continuing to make these choppy moves. This all just looks like consolidation. This is kind of a cup here, kind of another cup. So it's making sort of these scallop patterns. This all looks pretty bullish, to be honest. 1 hour is building some momentum. Let's swing out a little bit. I swing out. It looks like it kind of broke out of this inverse head and shoulders. And I think you may have highlighted this pattern in the Discord. XCH guide, I think you actually brought this to my attention. You can see that almost played out. So there's nothing saying this can't continue to play out here. And, you know, maybe we're forming a larger rounding pattern. So let's swing out a little bit more. Take a look at this 22-hour. This up just a little bit. So this is like a parallel downtrend channel. You can maybe even look at this as like a little bit of a larger inverted head and shoulders move. But it's so choppy with these wicks. I just want to look at this as like consolidation in this sort of downtrending parallel channel. And this could very well be continuation. We just need to look for rejection along, you know, this triangle and then this downtrend line here. It doesn't look all bad, you know, and as we continue to swing out, the macro on Chia does look pretty good. It's trying to build some momentum on the 5-day. It's quite possible this thing busts out and makes a nice move. You know, maybe get up to close to that 0.5 fib, like around $85 by May. So let's keep an eye on that. And just real quick, I want to touch on the total 3 for altcoins, because altcoins should be starting to cook here. Bitcoin's kind of been ranging sideways, and it looks like they're moving pretty good. This 99 EMA That could bring some more money into the altcoin space. You know, another 20, 25%. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good here overall. You know, once again, we could see a little bit of short-term pullback, which, you know, we saw a little bit here just now. Now we're seeing, you know, we're trying to print a green candle. This 12-minute stochastics isn't really in our favor, but I think Bitcoin just has a probability to just continue ranging a little bit over the next 24 to 48 hours. And by ranging, I mean, you know, anywhere in this triangle, right? So we could come all the way back down to 24-ish, 24.2, and still be fine in this pattern. I would just draw this triangle on your chart, make sure that you're aware of this triangle, and we're likely to continue to consolidate in here. It's up to you if you want to take, you know, scalp shorts or longs in this range. It's going to start to get pretty tight here over the next 24 to 48 hours, so I wouldn't really be looking to do that too much. I would be looking to play this one direction or another, and, you know, probability once again should be to the upside as continuation, but keep in mind there is potential that we do see some movement back to the downside. 21.8 is in play on the VRVP on the 2-hour, but there is nothing set in stone there. We don't have to go back to that level. As I zoom out even a little bit more, it says 22.9. I think that's a, you know, quite a possible or likely level that we could see. So just keep in mind we could see this pattern break down. If it does break up and we have the RSI in our favor, then I would look for a pretty significant measured move up to this 29,000 area. So I think that's going to be it for the live stream today, folks. And yeah, that's probably about it. I'm going to honk on out of here. Happy Monday to everybody. God bless you all. Love you. Thank you for joining the stream. Once again, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications, and